Morning, guys. How's everyone doing today? I am fabulous. We are peeling our garlic that we had gotten from a local farm store. Not a farm store, but like a farmer's market. And I'm getting them peeled off of this very beautiful braid that they had done. And I'm hoping to get these garlic bulbs in the ground today. We are at the very, very last week of September. And normally you should plant your garlic cloves that you're going to use or to grow for the next year mid-September to mid-October, depending on your area. I am in central New York, and I am in zone 5. And we are at the end of September and getting ready to plant our garlic cloves. I have only ever planted or tried to grow garlic once. And that was my first year gardening. And I really didn't know what I was doing or what to look for because I was a new gardener. And I ended up pulling the garlic way too early, and they were very small. And they just didn't really, I mean, they were usable. I did use some of them. But they really weren't anything grand. So we are gonna give it one last try. It has been a couple years since I tried this again. And while I'm peeling these, what I am trying to do is to leave the, I call it the shell. I don't really know what the technical term for it is, but you don't want to peel the garlic. You want to leave a few layers of the shell on. So that's what we are trying to do. I have noticed on some of them when I'm peeling that the shell part does come off, the peel comes off. So I'm setting those to the side, and we can just use those for fresh eating, baking, whichever. And but yeah, some of these are pretty good size. I'm very excited to see how they turn out. Like, look at that one. That was a nice size clove. So that's my goal today, is to get these in the ground. I wanted to do it a couple weeks ago because it does say that you should try to plant your garlic, what was it, like 3 or 4? I could be wrong. I think it was more like 6 or 8, but no, maybe, I'm not quite sure. I'm not gonna say because I'm not 100%, but technically before your last frost is ideal. That way they can have a little bit of root growth before they go dormant for the winter. And then when the spring comes, the ground thaws and they are ready to grow. And we are in, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but we are in central New York. We are zone 5. And our estimated last frost is September 30th, actually. So that's actually going to be coming up this weekend. But we are not going to be having frost. We have had some cooler weather, but we are actually going to be going, getting into the 70s, high 70s some days, this coming week into next week. So I did look at the 10-day forecast, and I'm actually seeing that there is, you know, not frost in the forecast anytime soon. So right into the second week in October. So, but weather can change. That's something that we learned in New York, that one morning you can wake up and it'll be clear skies, and by the afternoon you have rain that was not forecasted. So everything is unpredictable around here. weather included. So either way, I do want to get these in the ground before we get to that point. The weather is decent today, so we're gonna get it done. I'm interested to actually see how many cloves we actually get to plant. That'll be super exciting. I never really planted this this many before either. Doesn't probably really seem like a lot to many people, but it is for us. It's just me and my husband here. My stepdaughter does come now and then, but she's out in college, so garlic for us, this is gonna be plenty for 2024. I'm excited. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my mess. Gonna put these in the kitchen, the ones that the skin did not stay on. But yeah, look at, it's a pretty good amount of garlic cloves. All right, I'll meet you guys in the garden. Okay, so we went ahead and tilled up this little section here. I'm not 100% if I'm going to need more than this. I'm hoping so, but we'll see. All right, like I had said with the garlic, my goats finally realized I was out here. You do want to leave the paper shell on. And when you plant it, you see that? And then you see how the top has this tip. This has to go in the ground, this up. You want this about 2 inches into the ground, and what we'll do is once it's 2 inches, I'll cover everything up, and then once we get a little bit more leaves falling on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and get a good amount of leaves and put on top of it as a mulch. And what that'll do is over the winter it'll just insulate it a little bit better, and leaves are also a good part of fertilizer, well, not fertilizer, compost. Okay, we have all of our garlic planted. I initially just went to this pole thinking that this would do it, but we filled this whole thing all the way up until here. That is awesome. So you guys, I counted and we planted 88 cloves of garlic. Can you imagine if all of these do fantastic? That's going to be a ton of garlic. I am super excited. All right, there we go. We got it all covered up. Another benefit to mulching your garlic as well is garlic is kind of like a plant it and forget it kind of vegetable that you can, I guess it's not a vegetable, an herb, I don't know, a clove that you can plant where it's a set it and forget it. You put it in the ground in the spring and next year you harvest it. And with the mulch, when it rains, the mulch kind of holds in that moisture, so you don't have to really worry about watering. You don't have to water at all. That's what the benefit to that mulch is as well, along with insulation in the wintertime. So guys, I cannot wait until next garden season. It's gonna be exciting to look back at this video that we just did planting our garlic until the day that we harvest it. I hope I have good luck this year. I certainly hope so. Before we sign off, I'm going to try to sneak look at one of our goats, Hugh. Look at him laying over there in the shade. Hi, Hugh. He is so funny. He's actually been our boar goat since we got goats. Honestly, when the first batch of goats that we have ever had on this farm, we had him in it, and he's been here ever since. He's been breeding our does. He is definitely proven us well. Okay. All right, so guys, that does it for this video today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning on this bright, sunshiny morning. I'm looking forward to the next week being in the 70s. We're actually getting a, what do they call it, Indian summer? Is that right? I could be wrong. I don't really know. But anyways, it's going to be nice. First week in October, it's going to be beautiful. Second week in October, I think it's supposed to be at least somewhat decent, but we're getting there. But look at how beautiful. Can you see the leaves changing? I think it's so beautiful. I am kind of bummed though. Maybe it's still gonna come, maybe, but last year the fall leaves were outstanding. So bright and vibrant. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. This year it's orange and brown leaves, but that's okay. All right guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to our channel as well. I'd appreciate it very much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.